I'm hot. I'm hot. I was in the middle of a fire video and it cut off because my phone ran out of space, dude. Just as I was talking good about Apple, now I don't even know. But let me get back into it. I'm gonna just get straight into it. So of course the market been down. It's been tough because I've been looking at my portfolio taking hits every day. But what do you do when the market is go down? When it's going down like this? You do research. And what do you do when the market is going up? You do research. And I've been looking at a lot of things like the electric vehicle industry. And what I've been finding interesting is a lot of these companies are trying to adapt into today's times now. And I feel like a lot of these companies are too late. Like with Ford had to suspend orders on this Maverick, its electric vehicle pickup truck, because it's saying that it can't keep up with supply basically. Customers already ordered the Maverick, which shows, good interest in it, high demand, but it's saying that it wouldn't be able to keep up with the orders, so they suspended orders, right? So that's the thing that I've been looking at. And then you got Lamborghini. Lamborghini is supposed to make a hybrid vehicle starting in 2023, and then that's going to be their roadmap to going fully electric. And it's supposed to be a V12 in that thing to try to compete with Tesla. And what I find interesting is that a lot of these companies are trying to compete with Tesla. Tesla is dominating in the electric vehicle industry. Tesla is doing well with supply and with demand, keeping up with production. You got some things that's getting delayed as well, but overall, like Tesla is doing really well. And you got a lot of these companies that are trying to change like the complete business models now. And I'm like, man, is some of this really finna work? Is some of this really finna work out? And a thing I found interesting was in 2018, Ford actually stopped the production and selling of the Ford Fiesta and Ford Focus in 2018. And they did that, and those cars were actually losing the money. And a lot of dealers were mad because there weren't a lot of affordable cars out there on the market. There's not a lot of affordable cars out there. So, having said all that, it's crazy to see how these companies are trying to change their business models as the electric vehicle industry is starting to expand. And you got a lot of market share that's out there. Tesla can't dominate 100% of the whole industry. So I'm just trying to see what players are actually going to be successful. You got Volkswagen that's making their electric vehicle. They might take up some space. Obviously, you got Rivian. It's a lot of players out there that I'm like, I kind of feel iffy about. Are they really going to be able to keep up? Is the quality of these cars, are they going to be good? Because they're trying to just compete with Tesla so bad. The production is moving too fast. Are the quality of these cars really sustainable? And are they going to last long term? So that's something that I've been finding interesting. How this is playing out. And everybody's trying to compete with Tesla, and I'm trying to see who's going to be able to do it. Who's going to be able to keep up with Tesla successfully. So that's something that I've been looking into. Also, I've been looking into like the new car prices, and what I found interesting was new car prices have actually been jumping and booming pre-pandemic, before the pandemic. It's been something that's been going on long before the pandemic even started, and it was saying at one point Americans have to save like 42 weeks of income just to afford a new car. And before that, the median was like 32 to 36 weeks of income. So new car prices have been something that's been going up tremendously. And at this point, I'm like, man, if you're making oil powered cars in the next 5 years, I don't know if you're really still gonna be in business. And this is something I've been finding interesting. This electric vehicle industry is crazy opportunity. And I only hold shares of Tesla. I don't really hold Rivian or Ford or General Motors. I don't really hold anybody else but Tesla. Not saying that they're not going to be profitable. The electric vehicle industry has a lot of market share to capture. I'm trying to see what companies is actually going to do it successfully. So far I only believe in Tesla. These other companies I really got to be convinced. See, what some of their sales and revenue and profits is looking like, profit margins. And that's why Ford, going back to when they cut out the Fiesta and the Focus, they cut those products because they're trying to increase their profit margins. And I'm like, man, you've been in the company since the 40s, 30s, probably longer than that, and you still ain't figured out how to get this right. But that's on them. That's on them. But Another thing I want to talk about, obviously, we got a big week ahead in the stock market. We got earnings from the big dogs, Microsoft and Apple. Microsoft actually reports tomorrow after the market. And yeah, I'm recording this on Monday nights. Just depending on when everything gets settled. Sometimes I drop it on Monday, sometimes I drop it on Tuesdays, but I always record it on Mondays. And we got the big dogs, all eyes on Apple and Microsoft this week. Apple's earnings, Microsoft earnings, you know, Fed talking on Tuesday and Wednesday, everybody's trying to see what's going to happen with interest rate hikes. You know, that's the main thing that's been spooking these markets, I guess, because this market sell-off been crazy. Microsoft dropped from 296 to 276 in one day. That's unheard of. That's unheard of. When I seen that, I'm like, bro, is my app glitching? These numbers is right? And sometimes I wish I didn't work a 9 to 5 because I would be capturing this volatility and making profit if I was at home, man. Woo, 276 to 296, man. You got to be out of your mind. You got to be out of your mind. But speaking of Microsoft, they actually had a lot of things happen within these past few weeks. So, obviously, you had them acquire Activision, which is supposed to close in 2023. And, you know, that's huge because Microsoft is for sure finna be one of them top players in the metaverse. I mean, I'm a teacher, right? I'm an elementary school teacher. So I work with kindergarten, first grade, and second grade students. And I ask them a lot of the times just to get their perspectives. Oh, what video games y'all play? These are the top 3 games I hear every single time. 1, Roblox. 2, Fortnite. 3, Minecraft. What do all of those have in common? They have in common the metaverse, because those are all ways you can interact socially with different avatars. And that's crazy that those are the top 3 games that I hear every single time. And what does that tell you? That the metaverse is about to be something real big, real big. Everybody knows that by now. Well, I hope everybody knows that. But what Microsoft acquiring Activision, if it actually goes through, they finna have Microsoft owns Minecraft, so remember that. They finna have Call of Duty. Crazy, that's crazy. They finna have World of Warcraft, other big games. And plus, you forget Microsoft Azure with the cloud. Man, that enterprise business that they got, Microsoft is finna dominate, man. Microsoft is finna dominate. I wouldn't be surprised if they start taking over that #1 spot in market cap. Especially when I hear all these rumors that Apple's VR and AR glasses is finna get delayed. If that's true, I mean, I think this might be the year where Microsoft takes that #1 spot. And, you know, I'm going to leave this video here for proof, because I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, you know. It might be a little quiet year for Apple. Apple is supposedly supposed to drop a lot of new products. Product like the iPhone, or what is it, 14 now, 14 with 5G, a lot of new Mac products. But we're going to see if a lot of, you know, investors are tired of Apple dropping the same thing. Obviously, they're getting better in terms of production chips with the Apple chips that they're using into the computers now. But a lot of investors might say, like, Apple, we need some more innovation. We was anticipating them AR, VR glasses this year. And if those rumors are true, that they're getting a little bit delayed, we might not see them to 2023. Well, I think this year might be Microsoft's year in terms of the #1 in market cap. But, you know, we're going to see. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. We're going to see how this thing rock out. But, I mean, Microsoft, all eyes on Microsoft tomorrow. A lot of investors are expecting that they beat expectations and they start to change the sentiment of the overall market to see if we're going to turn bullish. Because right now, the NASDAQ is down like 15% this year. Man, I ain't never seen the NASDAQ go this low. This is crazy. And it's crazy because, you know, really looking at my portfolio sometimes in the day, it be hurting. I ain't gonna lie, I'll be getting emotional. Like, seeing how much my portfolio is down. But I mean, I played it the right way. I just didn't execute it as perfect as I should have. So what I did was, and then you can look back in the previous videos, I sold a lot of my options that was in profit during the Christmas rally. Like a little bit before January, or maybe the last week of December, around there. I sold, maybe the first week of January. Then I purchased puts when they was cheap. I purchased puts for like $13, like 3 contracts for $13. And then I sold them when they got to $18 because I thought, you know, I had my profit target, hit my profit target. And I'm like, man, I don't care what else it go to, but I'm going to just take my profit. And that's what I had before I made the trade. And seeing how much profit I left on the table is just hurting. It's just hurting because if I'm still holding them puts, man, them puts went from $13 to like 40. No cap. They went from $13 to 40. You know, but it's been something that I've been learning from. So now that I know, you know, remember every loss you got to for sure learn what you did wrong and what you could have done better. But now I know. Now I know. And it's only going to be uphill from here because I told you I'm not playing with the market this year. I'm making money when it's going up and I'm making money when it's going down. I'm not playing with the market. You know, cryptocurrency, I got my crypto stake. I'm earning rewards. I don't care what the price of the cryptocurrency go to. Mine's is locked in. I'm earning rewards on the daily that I could cash out, reinvest it, let it keep accruing, compound interest. I'm not playing with the market this year. I'm getting my money. Shoot. But, you know, that's mainly what I wanted to talk about. I'm just trying to see how this market sentiment is going to change. You know, I feel like a lot of bull cases and bull theses are starting to build up, right? You got AMD and Xilinx. I heard that deal is supposed to close pretty soon. Rumors on the street, word on the street is that deal is supposed to close soon. So that could be, you know, some good sentiment in the market. Hopefully Microsoft and Apple's earnings crushed it. I mean, but then again, when we listen back to them transcripts and them earnings calls, last quarter, Tim Cook warned us that supply constraints was getting worse and that they might hurt Apple this quarter. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Apple disappointed in terms of Wall Street expectations this year. I mean, this quarter, because of what Tim Cook gave us. I mean, you know, they don't do guidance, but I mean, that's basically guidance. He's telling us, you know, maybe we might not see the best quarter that we had, but you know, hopefully Microsoft get things started with the cloud. You know, hopefully they deal go through in 2023 because I stocked up on Microsoft. I'm heavy into Microsoft. But, you know, that's mainly what I wanted to talk about. Just keep doing research, keep getting better, keep improving. Don't get too down if your portfolio is getting crushed. You ain't the only one. Trust me, you ain't the only one. Everybody's portfolio is seeing it. Everybody's portfolio is seeing the hit. But appreciate you for tapping in. Subscribe to the channel. Like this video. If you like it, tell a friend to tell a friend. And we out.